hear about Brandon's party Saturday?
No, what happened?
Well, Sarah was acting like a slut again. Yeah, she first made out with Brandon in front of everybody, and then she went to a room alone with Joey. Huh, I wonder what happened in there.
Oh, somebody got a bottle. man, I bet I could get some from her since she's so loose.
Look, dude, gross, that's disgusting. She probably has an STD or something.
Yeah, probably crabs
Yeah.
You're watching a scene from Pushed, Explorations into Bullying.
Fool at the assembly this morning.
I didn't go to that stupid assembly thing. God!
Yeah, well, he was doing that thing where he puts his hand on his crotch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, look at the freshmen.
Fresh meat.
Move along, biatch.
Don't be late for class. Do what would mommy and daddy think.
Oh, look at that peach fuzz. How long you been growing that, huh? Life?
Dude!
Hey, so what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go to the movies maybe or something with Alex.
That's cool. Well,
Hey! Excuse me! Oh. It don't matter. Because he's deaf.
Pushed is a dramatic performance about the plaguing world of bullying, intimidation, and victimization.
You give me a team. What does that spell? Slut. Slutty Sarah.
The idea came with the deluge. I mean, really, it just seemed like every week on the news, you're hearing about another young person being driven to take their life. I mean, it seemed that homophobia was on the rise, particularly amongst young people. It seemed like this, there was a resurgence of just hate crimes in general in our schools.
Dr. Tawnya Pettiford-Wates is the founder and director of the Conciliation Project, an organization that uses theater as a tool to promote social justice in America.
You know, we say, where did bullying start? Like, why are we hearing about it now? Because it has existed for a very, very long time. Every person without fail in the company had something to add, and how they, in some cases, were the victim, and in some cases, were the victimizer.
Then you're my slave. You get me and effing pants.
And that's where Pushed came from. It came from our collective stories about our educational journey in the arena of the bully. And so the play's designed, hopefully, to push buttons in people that make them feel something that then will inspire them to act.
Conceived from a partnership between the Conciliation Project and the Virginia Center for Inclusive Communities, Pushed is a creative way for schools to examine the issue of bullying.
Certainly, educators are concerned about it, families and parents are concerned about it, and students are as well. And what we're finding is that the play really serves as an effective catalyst for conversation. When we ask students or we ask teachers, does bullying take place in your school? Often they're saying, I'm not sure it's bullying, it's kids being kids, it's people being playful. When they have the theatrical performance to respond to, and they can say, I see that in my school, I am able to make a connection, they're able to that much more effectively talk about and then address bullying.
Now on to prevention of bullying. The first step in prevention of bullying is awareness. Awareness.
Mr. Wright, over here. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you stop a bully?
Sweet Pea,
Yeah.
we are not on that topic. We are talking about prevention of bullying because an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Follow these prevention steps and I can help you become bully-free.
No, Sweet Pea.
We're not trying to be an after-school special, right? We're not trying to go, and here are the 3 steps to stopping bullying, you know, whatever. We're not trying to do that, but what we are trying to do is call people into responsibility, into the recognition that they have a responsibility for the world that they live in, for the community that they live in, for the school system that they want. So we want everybody's voice at the table. Whether or not we agree is not the point. The point is we want it to be okay for you to speak.
I'll try to be brief. Based on my career,
The kids are part of the dialogue and they're part of the solution. They are not just the problem.
I've been pushed, kicked, hit, had the books knocked out of my hands, all because the other kids think I'm gay. I've been called fag, queer, homo, bitch, and so much more. I just wish I was normal.
The key is also not just to stop with the bully and the victim. We also need to address the role of the bystander, and that's a critical role. Do we have students who are bystanders who are letting it happen, or do we have students who can be allies towards one another, who can step in effective ways, whether it's by interrupting in that moment, having a conversation with the bully after the fact, having a conversation with the victim after the fact, talking to an educator or an adult who can address the situation. We need those bystanders to move to ally behaviors in order for bullying to be effectively addressed.
Sadly, as of this afternoon, fellow classmate, student, and friend of many, Kevin Push, committed suicide. Authorities say Kevin's actions were motivated by incessant bullying and aggression.
We're hoping that people can think beyond themselves. It's one thing to have good intentions, it's another to really act on those intentions and to act in ways that other people value and appreciate. To raise awareness and move people to positive action by connecting the head, some theory, the heart, our feelings, and the hand, our actions, so that our schools, our communities, our businesses are able to be more inclusive and respectful.
I remain silent because cool kids don't always do the right thing.
I didn't speak out because I was ashamed. I didn't want other people thinking I was gay too.
We have a saying in the Conciliation Project, we say consciousness is temporary. So you've got to get conscious every day. You know, you can't just count on your consciousness from yesterday. You got to bring it with you every single day, and that's work. And it's being active. It's being activated. And I want us to be a spark that makes them want to get involved, want to activate, want to give suggestions, want to come up with strategies about how to make the environment that they live in better and pass that on to the next people that inherit that space so that they don't leave it the same way they found it.
Joining me now are Dr. Tawnya Pettiford-Wates and Donzell Lewis from the Conciliation Project. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Nate.
I want to talk about Pushed and the reactions you're getting to it. But first, I want to know what you all thought of what we just saw. What did you guys think of what we just saw? Who wants to go first?
Well, the wording definitely caught me by surprise because now that I'm in high school, I definitely hear those words a lot. And I've seen them used around me, like in class and at lunch or in the hallways. And it kind of gave me a shock to see that almost everybody does that now, and it kind of gives a reality check to everybody.
Watching the video, it made me sad, and it made me sad because I see that stuff in the hallways, and when I see I don't do nothing, so now I do want to do something about it.
One of the skits that I kind of got upset about was when they were yelling at the deaf boy, but they were like, oh, wait, you can't hear anything, and that makes me upset because there's a lot of people that are blind and deaf, and then people just make fun of them, and you can't do anything about it.
I don't like when people make fun of people when they don't look like you, and you just want to make fun of them because they're different. It doesn't matter.
I didn't like the fact that they waited till the person committed suicide in order for them to speak up on their wrongdoings.
I felt disappointed because I know how I felt because I felt I was in that spot once before.
I was definitely surprised that they didn't hold back on the word usage because they used everyday cussing, and I hear that all the time.
What most caught my attention was when the man said that they were calling him gay, and I see it in my school because they hang out with someone who truly is, and they are called gay.
As I watched the video, I noticed that everyone was different, which was probably to show that they had no right to pick on someone else that was also different.
I like that the skit was made because it shows students, especially in schools, what's going on. It makes them more aware of their environment so they can monitor the behavior and they can react to it and they can make a stop.
So here's what we do know. We do know it's working. We do hear the reactions. What kind of reactions have you guys been getting to Pushed?
Well, first I want to thank you guys for your responses. Yeah. They were great, and it's nice to know that the work that we're attempting to do is appreciated by people your age, and that you find it honest, because we don't want to be an after-school special, right? We recognize this issue's huge, and it's going to take engagement of all of us together to put a stop to it.
In this piece, we saw that every person in the company has their own story about bullying. Donzell, you have your own story about bullying. Tell us about your reaction to bullying and how it has affected you.
Like you said, the student in the audience, the difference. And I remember my initial encounter with bullying started in 3rd grade. And it was when it was recognized that I didn't talk the same, nor did I sound the same. So instantly that pinned different, and instantly that was what caused the outcasting. He's not like us. He doesn't sound like us. He doesn't talk like the other boys. He doesn't play like the other boys. He's not one of the regular boys. And that continued on because my elementary, middle, and high school were all in the same area, in the same walking distance. So I stayed with these students all the way through high school. That continued on to such the point that it became everyday occurrence.
Let me ask you about the role of the bystander. This is such a huge role in breaking the bully culture, turning that bystander into a defender. And I mean, the role we know is important. If there was a bystander that you saw or that had spoken, I mean, how would that have changed your life?
It would have made me feel that I wasn't alone. And it would have made me realize what I had to go back and realize later on in life, that it's okay to just be myself. But I literally went all the way up to college and undergraduate, sophomore year. Finally, that was when I met Dr. T. And that was how long I went not loving me.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Dr. T. If I had to say 3 words that are biggest obstacles to breaking this bully culture, what would they be?
Complacency, denial, and lack of personal responsibility. And the work that we do is designed to hopefully activate people to recognize their own responsibility in the community that they live, work, and play in. And school, there's a huge community in that school. Not only the students, not only the victim or the bully, the teachers, the administrators, the janitorial staff, everyone, the parents. So
let me cut you off there. What advice do you have for everyone? And you just mentioned students, parents, and actually teachers. We have teachers here too.
Yeah. What advice do I have? Yeah. I would say recognizing that we have a problem in our culture. We have a culture of violence. We see it on television. I mean, it permeates movies and film and television. So we can't be in denial of that. I would say everyone needs to become aware. Aware of their surroundings, aware of the relationships that students have with one another, aware that something might be happening that doesn't look like what it looks like.
If you'd like to learn more about Pushed Explorations of Bullying, go to the conciliationproject.org or visit the Virginia Center for Inclusive Communities website at inclusiveva.org. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Plugged In.